What if I told you that everything you think you know about leadership is wrong? We're taught that the best leaders are the smartest, the most ethical, the most capable. But look around. Does that really seem true? The reality is far more uncomfortable. Leadership isn't about intelligence or morality. It's not even about truth. Leadership, at its core, is a performance. The people who rise to the top aren't always the most competent. They're the most convincing. They have a remarkable ability to speak with absolute certainty, to simplify incredibly complex problems into catchy slogans, and to project unshakable confidence, especially when they're completely wrong. And here is the truly disturbing part. The very traits that make someone look like a leader are often the same traits that make them dangerous once they gain power. So the real question isn't why do bad leaders exist? The real question is, why do our systems in politics, in business, in our communities keep choosing them? The answer is buried deep within the wiring of the human brain. We don't evaluate potential leaders by carefully analyzing their track record or dissecting their policy proposals. That takes too much time and energy. Instead, we respond to primitive signals. We look for strong confidence, clear and simple answers, a dominant physical presence. From an evolutionary standpoint, uncertainty feels like danger. A saber-toothed tiger in the bush isn't the moment for nuance. So, when someone speaks without a shred of hesitation, our brain's ancient survival hardware interprets that as strength and safety. It doesn't matter if what they're saying is factually incorrect. The delivery is what counts. This is the critical flaw in our judgment. We consistently mistake confidence for competence. This isn't a new idea. Hundreds of years ago, Niccolo Machiavelli laid it all out. He gets a bad rap for being a teacher of evil, but that's a misunderstanding. Machiavelli wasn't trying to create monsters. He was exposing how power actually works in the real world. He showed us that in the game of leadership, you're not managing reality, you're managing perception. What is true matters far less than what appears to be true. What works is more important, and what is morally right. A leader who can make people feel secure and that everything is under control will be trusted, even if the house is on fire and they're holding the matches. This is precisely why certain dark traits are so consistently rewarded in their quest for power. Think about it. Narcissism, for example, isn't a bug in the system. It's a feature. It creates that unshakable, magnetic self-belief that people find so reassuring. The ability to deceive allows a leader to rewrite their failures as strategic masterstrokes and to control the entire narrative. And that talent for simplistic certainty? It's perfect for turning messy, complicated global issues into easy-to-digest, emotionally resonant slogans. These traits don't break the system. They are the system. Meanwhile, what happens to the genuinely ethical and intelligent people? They hesitate. They understand that the world is complicated. They acknowledge uncertainty because they're smart enough to know what they don't know. They try to explain nuance. But in a performance-based leadership system, hesitation looks like weakness. Nuance sounds like indecisiveness. Honesty about challenges sounds like pessimism. So, while the performers are taking their bows, the truly competent are often left in the wings, unheard and unseen. We tell ourselves that authority must come from knowledge, that the person in charge must know more than everyone else. But that's a comforting illusion. Authority doesn't spring from knowledge. It springs from presentation. The person who speaks the loudest and most confidently is automatically assumed to be correct. The person who expresses doubt, who asks questions, who admits they need more information, is assumed to be incompetent. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. The least self-aware, most overconfident individuals rise the fastest. They get positive reinforcement for their performance. Their confidence grows, even as their connection to reality shrinks. All the while, the most thoughtful, careful, and competent people are ignored, pushed aside, or even punished for not playing the part. Imagine you're a Hollywood casting director. You need to cast an actor for the role of a brilliant surgeon in a new blockbuster movie. Two people show up for the audition. The first one looks the part perfectly. He's got the chiseled jaw, the silver-streaked hair. He wears the white coat like he was born in it. He speaks with booming authority about saving lives. The second candidate is an actual, world-renowned surgeon. She's a bit awkward. She hesitates, explaining the risks and complexities of a procedure. She admits that sometimes things go wrong despite her best efforts. Who gets the part? The actor, of course. Because the job isn't to actually perform surgery. The job is to look like someone who performs surgery. This is exactly how we choose our leaders. We're casting for a role, not hiring for a job. So why do we keep falling for it, generation after generation? Because on a deep psychological level, it's comforting. Clear answers from a strong leader reduce our anxiety about a chaotic world. Bold, simple stories help us make sense of overwhelming complexity. We have an optimism bias, a powerful cognitive tendency to believe that this time it will be different. This confident leader, we tell ourselves, will be the one who finally fixes everything, even when all of historical evidence screams the opposite. This is the real warning Machiavelli was trying to give us. He wasn't celebrating this cynical reality. He was sounding the alarm. He showed us that our systems don't naturally reward morality or even competence. They reward effectiveness. And effectiveness, in the world of leadership, is often just another word for controlling perception, not solving problems. So, the problem isn't just a few bad leaders who slip through the cracks. The problem is a system that is fundamentally designed to confuse confidence with competence, performance with ability, and certainty with truth. And until we learn to change the way we select our leaders, until we start valuing substance over style, we will keep choosing the actor to perform the surgery. And we, all of us, will be the ones paying the price. Thanks for watching. If this made you think, consider subscribing for more content that questions the world around us. See you next time.